Ben, big crunch time of the season now, 3 games to come in which everything you've worked for over the last 9 months or so could be decided. How are you feeling? How are the team feeling at the moment?
Feeling good. No, it was a bit disappointing not getting a win on Monday, but we're in a good position. Being taking every game as it comes really, but I think everyone's just excited really, just be at this stage of the season where we are, what's going on around us. You never might not be in this position again in the season, so I think everyone's just looking forward to the challenge really.
You've got to kind of, like you just said there, you've kind of got to seize it because, like you say, it might not happen again. Next year you might not be this close, so have you got to kind of live in the moment to a certain extent?
Yeah, I guess so, but I think it'll be no different though if you were just in like mid-table. You're still playing your football game, and you don't really change. There is that bit of edge of what you are trying to achieve, but I think you've just got to really forget about that and just try and play a normal game. Sometimes you can get caught up in a moment, can't you?
Your normal game this year has involved goals as well. From not just that, but just in terms of how you've played and how you've developed, has this been your best season of your career?
Well, yeah, pretty new to the game, aren't I, compared to other players, so no, I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm learning a lot. Got a lot more to learn. But no, as a personal point, I've enjoyed the season. Hopefully get some more goals from now till the end of the season, but the main thing's getting them 3 points in the next few games.
From where you were at the start of this year, how do you think you've changed and improved, both as a player and probably as a person as well?
Maybe positional sense of like not being a bit of an headless chicken, would you say, like you're running around, not always bombing on. Sometimes you've got to hold out and try and hold your position a bit more, but suppose gambling in the box as well, taking your chances when you get them. Never really been a clinical finisher, probably still not, but when my chances have come, I've took them. So I reckon I've developed a lot in that side of the game, but as I say, I've got so much more to learn. And
how have the coaching staff helped you in that regard? I know that you always pick over games and everything, so has that been a big part of it too? Yeah, definitely. They've pulled you in and showed you clips of, say, your last 3 games, what you've done so well, what you're good at, but the main things, what you need to improve at, what you need to start doing. Comparing me to Petty, Tom Conlon, Jake, Brad. Now Harry's come in, but this was earlier in the season when he was showing us these, and comparing them to what I could take out of their game to improve mine. So that's helped me a lot. But no, I've enjoyed it. So it's kind of like the focus on being part of a team rather than just saying, right, you're a goal scoring midfielder, you do what you do. It's how you kind of fit in with the other players who are in there as well. Yeah, because as you've seen, we've had so many injuries this season. So if you have players missing games and other players aren't fit, I might have to fill in a defensive role. So I wouldn't class myself as an attacking midfielder the way I've probably been seen as a bit more this season. You've got to be able to do the other role. I think all of us as midfield can probably play any of the deep forwards. Not probably Petty, a bit more deep but I think most of us could probably play anywhere out of the 2 positions really. Have you enjoyed it as well though? Because I know what you've just said, but most of the time when you see you lining up, you're up there with whoever's playing up front. So have you kind of enjoyed being further up the pitch? And it's obviously given the opportunity to get some goals too. Yeah, I think I reckon if you had to pick, I'd prefer to play a bit forward because, as you say, you can get them goals. But as long as you're doing a role for your team, you're winning a battle and getting a 3 points. I'm not really bothered where to play, but yeah, I do like playing further forward, and I am enjoying it. It's good to play part of this team. And talking of battles, it's probably going to be one tomorrow because Walsall, that is, as Andy's just said, it's the nearest thing to a local rival in this league. The games always have a little bit of needle, and earlier on this season it wasn't the best of results. So from the player's perspective, how determined are you to kind of put that right? I think just the performance side, hopefully the result take care of itself, but just getting a performance right, because when we played them at our place, we weren't at it at all. We were poor. They deserved the win, if anything. I know they scored a bit early and sat in, but we didn't do anything in the game for the majority of it. So even going back to Monday's game, you just want to get your performance back to the way it was in the previous games, and hopefully we'll get the 3 points. Is that going to be the key to it then over the next 3 as well, where, well, like we say, everything could end up being decided? If you get that performance level right, do you think you'll be okay?
That's what we're hoping anyway. You know, this time this season you sort of just want the 3 points, but I don't think coming up against tough teams like Walsall, Newport, Exeter, I think if you don't perform well, they're going to beat you, aren't they? Which Bristol did Monday. So, you know, we need to make sure that we perform ourselves and, you know, hopefully the result take care of itself.